All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome to the daily broadcast coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios somewhere in West Texas. I hope your day is going really good. We got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Feels like we hadn't had a chance to visit in a couple of days, and I guess we haven't. So we got Monday Night Football, the Houston Texans, the Dallas Cowboys. And it ain't the Oilers and the Cowboys of the 70s. Make no mistake about that. We've got them, what do you know this week? Every Monday we ask you that. What do you know this week to start the week? Could be Texas Tech football, Texas Tech basketball in action tonight. We hand out helmet stickers, and we'll find out if you've seen the series Landman, the new Taylor Sheridan series Landman. And we will find out how long my dogs are going to bark because they're mad at me because I won't let them into the Arctic Air studio. And our land out here is a quagmire after taking over 3 inches of rain overnight. And we're limiting the mud time that they get. So I believe when my wife pulls up here in just a little bit, maybe they'll settle down just a little bit. All right, so we got all this stuff going on tonight. We want you to be a part of it, whether you are watching on Twitter X, whether you're watching on our YouTube channel. And if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, you should. Don't cost nothing. You don't have to watch it there. You can still watch on Facebook Live or wherever you want to. But we want you guys on all of our platforms so you don't miss anything. I might put something over here. I might put something over there. Might have something on the site, theraiderland.com. You got to be everywhere because we're everywhere. So that's what we want you to do tonight. And yeah, Tech basketball is in action. And we're going to talk about the disconnect between the voters, the poll voters, and the Ken Palm number and the analytics numbers. And it's pretty simple why. Let's get it going in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. You start your day every day there. We got cool stuff, question of the day. We got Raiderland hot links. We scour the internets every morning for you, bringing the coolest stuff. We figure if we like it, you're probably going to like it. We're in the Arctic Air Studios tonight. If your air gets too Arctic here in the coming weeks, you need to call the bear. Now, for the next couple of weeks, before it gets just like blistering bad cold, blistering cold. I like that. For less than $100, you can have them come out, do a service call on your unit. And I think you'd rather spend, like less than 100 than what might happen later on in the winter. So give them a call at Arctic Air. Tell them Raiderland sent you. We're also brought to you tonight by Domino's Pizza. It's Monday night. It's Cowboys. It's Texans. You need some pizza. That's all you need to enjoy the game. Because if you're a Cowboy fan, you're probably not going to enjoy the game. So why don't you just get the pizza, enjoy the game? Now, if you're a Texans fan, get the pizza to top off the enjoyment of the game. Sideline provisions, they want you to look good no matter what Texas Tech is doing on the field or on the court. Now, they got basketball coming up. I say they got basketball. We got basketball coming up. So that means you can start wearing the short sleeve shirts again and all the cool stuff. They're at quarter 4, the old Cardinals Sports Center. Check it out. We've got the link on our website. If you go to this morning's post, I think we got that there. But quarter4.net, I think it is, and go to apparel, tech, sideline provisions. Red Raider owned. Cool stuff. They're the ones you want to go to for all your Texas Tech apparel. And then, of course, everybody who chats with us tonight, United Supermarkets and Market Street, taking care of all of the communications. There's a grocery store in town that sends money down south. There is one that sends money just right down the street. You know which one I'm talking about. All the Western wear brought to you by Boot City, 1 money 7 mile outside the West Loop on 19th. It's Christmas time. It's time to get going out there at Boot City. Boots on sale, jeans on sale, everything getting ready for Christmas. All right, so every Monday, what do we know to start the week? You tell me, what do you know about Tech football? Opened up as a 6-point favorite, down to 3.5 against Oklahoma State. What do you know about Tech football this week? What do you know about Tech basketball? Taking on Arkansas Pine Bluff. We'll talk about the discrepancy as we go through tonight. I don't know. What else do we know? What do we know about the Chiefs? Losing yesterday. About time. Freaking about time they lost. And then we will poll you tonight in a very loving way. The new Taylor Sheridan series, Landman. What do you think? I watched the, not the free preview. I don't know. It was just the first episode, right? We watched that last night after my wife watched what I guess was episode 1, season finale of Yellowstone, which is the TV series Dallas with more cussing set in Montana. That's what that show is. So Landman, what do you think? Going to be good? Going to be bad? You like it? Don't like it? Going to be good for West Texas? You tell me. All right, let's get it rolling tonight. Let's get your comments going in. What are you thinking? And don't forget, hand out some helmet stickers to people who are great, deserve to be recognized for being awesome. Oh, I don't know, like Texas Tech soccer, winning the first round in the NCAA tournament, going to play Duke. Next up, James is first in. Thumbs up. He's on Facebook. You can get in no matter where you're watching, Facebook, Twitter. Ready to hear from our Twitter people, our YouTube people. Craig, the talking box is on. Indeed, it is. Robert is on our Facebook channel, our YouTube channel, pardon me, and he's in. Mary, great series. I think it's going to be a great show. Talking about Landman, we assume. I don't want to pollute any comments, so I don't want to tell you whether I liked it or not. I don't want to tell you my thoughts on what we saw last night. But I am intrigued to know what you guys thought. If you watched it, if you're hopeful, do we got the Taylor Sheridan fans out there? What do you think? Damon is on the YouTube. The talking box is on. He's got a good little, we used to call that like an avatar or whatever, but his profile pic, the sunset there, rocks pretty good. So, what do we know to start the week with Texas Tech football? What do we know about the Big 12? Kansas beating BYU. You know what we know about the Big 12 this week, boys and girls? One team, college football playoff. Whoever wins the Big 12 championship game, congratulations. And tomorrow's commentary will deal with that, but I don't want to give away too much on our commentary. 60 seconds of Raiderland, which will drop tomorrow morning, but we'll talk about that. That's what we know today. One Big 12 team in. And if they could keep all the Big 12 teams out, they would. Jarrett or J-Rod or Gerald. What I know this week, please pray for teachers starting today for Friday. The Friday before a week off is brutal. You see, I think it'd be pretty easy. Get them all hopped up on sugar, whatever they come in, ready, jacked up and ready to go. And I'm not sure on your grade level, just, give them a pop quiz. Settle that crap right down. Well, you can put an end to this stuff. Don't give in. Don't give in to the kids. Don't give in to that. Give them a test. And tell them you're going to give them a test. Don't make it a pop quiz. Tell them you show up Friday with your mind right. You don't come around me if your mind's not right. David is on the Facebook. Helmet sticker to my Antelopes, who are goal ball chasing. They're in the playoffs. I assume they got the first one in by district and moving on after that. Forgive me, David, I can't remember who the Antelopes took down in week 1. James, Buffalo celebrates now knowing they can't win in January. I assume talking about the Bills beating the Chiefs. So Buffalo wins in the regular season, Chiefs win in the postseason. But we have something diametrically opposed to that, which is the fact that since 2006, no team has won the Super Bowl if they were the last remaining undefeated team in the NFL, which the Chiefs obviously were. The Colts were the last team to do it. Obviously, the Patriots, when they did it, they didn't. In the regular season, they lost to the Giants. So from about 1999 on, if you were the last undefeated team in the NFL, you weren't going to win the Super Bowl. In the early 90s, early mid-90s, that was a pretty good predictor. Hi there, Dallas. I think San Francisco 1 year. 80s, it was up and down. And we go back before that, it doesn't really matter. So you got this weird deal going. Which trend do you believe? Lose to Buffalo regular season, win in the postseason, Chiefs, or the last team standing doesn't win. What we know about the Big 12, it's weak sauce. I disagree. I think the Big 12 is very good. I think the Big 12 is very competitive. And that's the problem. Unlike some leagues that are really top heavy. We'll discuss tomorrow. Can you give yourself a helmet sticker? By God, you can. If your last name is Hyatt, you can do anything you want. Antelopes beat West Texas Stinnett, the quasi home of Donnie Anderson, Stinnett Stingrays. The Cisco's, Colorado City down there, Don Maynard area. All right, so jump in on a Monday. We're brought to you by Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com. Get the app. Today was a great day to get the app. They've got carry-out specials going on. Also by Sideline Provisions, great Red Raiders, hooking you up with awesome apparel. Find them on the internet. If you live outside the area, go to quarter4.net, and you can drop down and find it in Red Raider apparel. It's easy to get to. You can find them on Facebook. And then, of course, United Supermarkets taking care of all the chat line. We asked you on Monday, what do you know this week? What do we know about Texas Tech football this week? We know it's a 2-game schedule again. And that's something that Tech fans are frustrated by and angry. And why is it always salvaging a season the last 10, 15 years as opposed to building? And Joey McGuire talked about that at the media presser today a little bit, in a way, the frustration of this little 1-3 stretch, that you had opportunity. What I find really interesting, hold on a second, I got to address this comment. Helmet sticker to Tessa Hyatt for having me to put up with the Rhino being mudded in. She didn't have to put up with anything. She got to go to work. Her truck has high clearance. My truck has a lower clearance. We've got a drop down water area that I would have had to swim through in my truck. She was out and about. I'm the one who needs sympathy. I was here with multiple dogs, multiple cats, dealing with life, talking to people. She had it easy. All right? She had it easy. I had it rough. Joey McGuire and this staff, very aware of what Tech hasn't done since 2009. And he's brought it up several times during this little losing streak or stretch or anything else about, 8 wins, 9 wins, whatever it was. It hadn't done it since 2009, all of those things. And it strikes me not odd at all, but don't bring it up, Coach. Let others bring it up. Let your media people bring it up. Let them do it. But when you do it, here's the deal. When you do it, I'm at a loss on how to phrase it. But when the coach does it, it almost sounds like, yeah, I know we've lost 1 of 3, but you guys have sucked for like 15 years, and don't you know it? You guys have really sucked around here, and I come here out of nowhere at a freaking position coach Baylor, and I'm going to do something that Tommy Tuberville and Cliff Kingsbury and Matt Wells and, even Mike Leach didn't do it a whole lot. And if you look back in your history, you guys have sucked so bad, you should just be happy that we've got 2 games to go and we could win 8 games, and you hadn't done it a whole lot. Memo to Joey via the people who monitor this broadcast in the athletic department and media relations, because I know Joey doesn't watch it. I hope his wife does. That'd be cool. I know Dr. Skivennick's wife, president of Texas Tech. I know she watches the show occasionally. So memo backwards. Don't do that. Don't do that. It doesn't set well with people. Trust me. I've been around this a long time. I've been doing this longer than Joey's been doing the coaching longer, and I know his shit is much more important than mine. But I'm here to tell you, when it comes to understanding and deal with fans, I think I got an inroad. I truly do, and I'm here to help. I really am. I'm here to help. Don't do that. So what do we know about Tech football this week? They opened as a favorite. They're still the favorite. 6 at Circa, down to 3.5. I thought the true number was probably 3.5 on the open. I get why they did it, by the way. That's okay. So what do we know about Tech football? What do we know about the Big 12? What do we know about the NFL? What do you know about the Cowboys tonight? You tell me. What do you know on a Monday? Hand out some helmet stickers for people who have been awesome and doing great stuff. Let's get men's basketball. We got another 15 minutes left. We can have a good men's basketball discussion before we get out of here. I'm going to roll through some comments. Get yours in. What am I missing here? I feel like I got stuff. Oh, yeah. Landman. Landman, what are you hopeful? Do you think it's going to be good? Is it going to suck? What do you think? You tell me. All right. Got to scroll up. There we go. James Helmet Sticker to my friend. He's an extra on Landman. Shout out to the extra on Landman. What's he doing? How will we know him? Does he get killed? A lot of people get killed. Or does he cuss a lot? Because, spoiler alert, Taylor Sheridan, a lot of people get killed, a lot of people cuss. You know? Lance, quit being predictable on the offense play calling. I don't have anything to do with it. I apologize. I get into a rut. I just love those wide receiver screen passes. I truly do. Hitch, bubble, you name it, X missile. Can't call it enough. She had it easy, but she's home now. I assume that's talking about my wife because she immediately replied, no, she didn't. The Rhodes kicked her ass. She got in, she got out. Better than most. Jan at the United Spirit Arena, Guns Up Tech. Hey, Lynn Lauterbach, one of our great commenters, said the alumni ban is there, no court jesters. Where the hell are the court jesters? Where are the court jesters? At one time, one of the most, I won't give them too much credit, a very, very good college basketball pep band. Michael, how is Colorado with their new coach winning and not as much Texas Tech? They brought in a whole lot of talent. They upgraded talent. They brought in talent aligned with their vision, which is a very NFL-style program. They run it like an NFL-style program. Got a really good quarterback in Shadur Sander. They got a great two-way player. They got dudes. So Colorado's winning because they have dudes, and you don't have the dudes yet. You've upgraded the dudes. You don't have enough dudes. You're better dude-wise than you were 3, 4, 5 years ago, but you don't have enough dudes. You certainly don't have enough dudes on the offensive line and defensive line. That's how they're doing it. It's not hard. Spend a bunch of money, spending it effectively. David Helmet Sticker to Vince Valdez, the Gap Kid who works on the series Landman. So we got to go back in time. The Gap Kid is in 2001, the 01 or the 99. I think it was the 01. The 01 tearing down the goalpost and beating Texas A&M. I believe it was 12-0. And they paraded around and everything else. And the Gap Kid was this kid kind of out in front of the crowd. And it looked like he was like 10 years old. So apparently, and I got your message there on Facebook, David. I had a chance to go through it or anything. Apparently, he works on the series Landman. So rock on, Gap Kid. Gap Kid lives. That's good. Don't know what this is referring to, but we're going to think it agrees with me. Yep. Lynn, at men's basketball game, alumni court jester, plenty of seats available. Why are the real court jesters not there? They only got like 15 or 16 games. Why are they not there? Jalapeno Burger 46. There's something there with the name that I want more. Bad look, coach comparing historical records. Yeah, it's a bad look. It is a bad look. And I wouldn't do it. Let other people do it. You pay millions of dollars now for media relations, video production, all this crap that they put together. They are their own TV, not station at Texas Tech. They're their own TV network now for basketball and everything else. They're their own network. Let them do it. Don't you do it. because it comes across like, yeah, I know we're 1-3, but gosh, you guys, you really ought to be happy with that. You know, be like a husband telling his wife, yeah, I put on a few pounds and I suck, but I'm still better than your ex. Don't do that. Let somebody else do that. Let her girlfriend tell her that. Can you believe how good Arizona State has been playing? Unless you're talking about Angelo State. Well, no, not really. But I can because, again, Big 12, completely compressed. Top to bottom, completely compressed. Other leagues, massive gap, top to bottom, really good teams, really crappy teams. Don't tell me that you love parity and you love the fact that everybody's good and it's competitive and then get mad when people beat people. Don't work that way. Cowboy helmets have 1 star, not only a brand, it's also a rating. I don't know where you stole it from, but if that's your own, very good. Let's see. Let's keep going through the comments. I want to get to basketball before we get out of here. We need to talk basketball before they tip off because we're going to talk a lot of basketball tomorrow. James, my friend is an extra on Landman, is a security guard and a football coach. Hell of a combination. If he's a security guard, I assume he's a defensive coordinator. Colorado over 95 transfers via the portal first 2 years under Deion Sanders. NIL gets dudes. Yeah. Deion Sanders gets dudes. They got dudes. Thank you, Jerome Tang, for making it cool again to say they got dudes. Jeff, I know not much would make me happier than putting a nail in the 40-year-old man's coaching career confident. Could very well happen. I do believe this is it for Gundy at Oklahoma State. So if Texas Tech wants to drive the nail, they can do it. And the whole I'm 40. That came after a Tech game in 2007. That was the firing of Lyle Setensich, the elevation of Ruffin McNeil. Tech loses. Oklahoma State wins. Nobody ever remembers the game, but that was what was going on. They fired Setensich that night when they got back. Jakob's view, we know Tech football. We know? We ask you what you know on a Monday. We know Tech football has 3 games left. Bowl game important for more practice for coaches. Coaches love coaching practices. They can manage practice. The whole thing about practice and bowl games is so overrated. Just so overrated. But I love it when they talk about it. It's great when they talk about it. All right. Fire away. Your thoughts on Landman if you've seen it. I'll give you mine before we get out of here. I'll give you mine before we get out of here. Dez Bryant. No, it wasn't Dez Bryant. No, that was post Dez Bryant, I believe. I believe it was post Dez Bryant. We can check. I think it was post Dez Bryant. Now I can't remember the player. That's funny you bring it up, Chris. I don't think it was post. I don't think it was Dez Bryant. I think it was somebody else. Somebody will know. All right, Texas Tech basketball 9 on KenPom. Hoops HD. We give you 2 people you pay attention to. Bracketville.wordpress.com, Dave Almond and his group. Great. HoopsHD.com, Chad Sherwood and his group. Those are the only 2 sites you really pay attention to. Do we ignore KenPom? No, it's just a statistical analysis, but they take the statistical analysis at these sites, they break it down better. HD nitty-gritty number has Tech at 34. KenPom has them at a 9. Tech stats are off the chart great. They just broke into the USA Today rankings today outside the AP. People wonder, how can they not be ranked? The stats are incredible. They should be. So the positive, you're beating up on bad teams, you're doing it, and you're looking good. You've done it also with Hawkins and Anderson only playing 1 game. That's good. You've got going with JT Toppin really flexing and looking good in a Big 12 setting with the team. But you hadn't played anybody with a pulse, and you're not going to do it tonight. So I get the eye test that people are going, hey, until they play somebody, I'm not going to throw them in there because Here's the problem. Texas Tech hasn't played anybody worth a damn in non-conference for a long time. These games got to end. These games got to stop. You've got to upgrade the non-conference schedule. Your program's good enough. McCaslin's proven it. Now, I know part of the problem has been with coaching changes over the last 5 years, Beard to Adams, Adams to McCaslin, that each staff comes in and goes, my God, we got to get some wins. Schedule nobody. We got to get wins because the Big 12's the best basketball conference in the world. I would submit this. You're only going to get in the NCAA tournament if you do well in the Big 12 conference. You might as well play some teams in non-conference that have a pulse, because you're going to make up for it in the Big 12 conference. And if you don't, it won't matter. So play some decent teams. All right. Who's the leading scorer tonight? Also, it was Justin Blackman. Thank you very much, Ben DeJet. Who's the leading scorer tonight? I'll go topping again. Let's talk basketball. Football is done. It's not done. They can still have the best year since 2009. Justin Blackman. Yep. Can Tech win by 40? Sure. They could. David Baldner is a very religious man. Not sure about what, but amen to you, brother. Jason, I'm not asking to play Duke, Gonzaga, and Kentucky every year in non-conference, but teams with an actual heartbeat would be nice. And you can do it. You've got enough money in the budget. These are all buy-in games. You're paying these people to come get their butt beat. Well, you can pay a little bit better team, and you can go on the road. It's not unheard of. Now, I know the coaches and the ADs come back and say, well, we're so good, nobody wants to play us. No good teams will come here. And we can't go there, and and that's how you end up with all these neutral site games and stuff like that, because, well, nobody will come here. Yeah, people will come here. It's been known to happen. You pay enough. Bobby, I thought it was, are you sure it wasn't Blackman? Was it Bobby Reed? Good Lord. Now you're getting me to lie. Nah, I'm going to check it. Are you sure it was Bobby Reed? Amen to Lance and his predictable comment earlier. Tech football has 3 jobs left to do. Win them all. So Tech basketball, you got to win all these games convincingly, because one little slip up and it kills you going into Big 12 play. Now, if you were playing a real team, it wouldn't be that bad, but you're not playing a real team. My thoughts on what I saw from Landman last night on whatever that was, the preview show or anything else. Predictable Sheridan. We're going to have a lot of cussing. We're going to be over the top on stuff. I look at when he said stuff modern day, and everything reeks of a guy who grew up in my age range, who's recreating the formula that was the TV show Dallas. And let's take Dallas and let's set it in Montana. Let's take Dallas and let's set it in Midland, Odessa. Let's take the narco terror war and the big oil, and let's combine that. And that gives us a lot of good violence. And we go from there. And we throw in some salaciousness. I know a couple of people who work as literally a landman. One guy I know who is legitimate. That's what he does for a living. He is a landman. They did not base this series off him. Trust me. They didn't do it. He's like one of the most, not boring, but laid back, almost dorky dudes I know. And so did not base. I mean, these guys crawl through court records and county records and stuff. And anyhow, I'm more interested in the portrayal of West Texas. Us out here in West Texas, and how it makes us look. You know, it makes like Midland. Hey, somebody get Rooster McConaughey a guest shot on that. You know, because even when they did, I thought Friday Night Lights. We can go all the way back to the book with Buzz Bissinger, the movie, all these things that we live out here. We live this stuff. It's not quite like that. And I know it's Hollywood, except it ain't Hollywood. It's Taylor Sheridan. It's West Texas wood, baby. It's 4.6s. It's Middle and Odessa. So I'm intrigued to see how it really portrays us. So I missed it last night. Apparently, the sun had on a tech hat. I missed that. All right, whatever. Couple more comments before we get out of here. Big day tomorrow. Tuesday's best on the website in the morning, theraiderland.com. Great hot links. Be ready for that. And a scorching 60 seconds of Raiderland commentary that'll drop in the morning. Ben thought Landman was very good premiere episode and a bonus tech being the school they're using for his kids instead of the usual lazy take that everyone in Texas wants to be a longer. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like I said, we need a little Rooster McConaughey on that. Tech fan. Green, white checker. Got a little bit of time to get in. See how we're hopeful. We're hopeful that it'll be okay, but again, man, the formula, the Taylor Sheridan formula on the modern day stuff, I think his period pieces are much better than his modern day stuff. But thanks for giving guys jobs. Thanks for helping dudes be like security guy and football coach and, driving the economy out here. We appreciate it. Maybe that's what we do this week. We come up with, I could do two things this week. We could come up with movie plots for Christmas Hallmark movies, or we could come up with a Taylor Sheridan series set in Lubbock. Jeff, helmet sticker to tissue paper scent. That is not tissue paper. What that is right there, those are little bitty plastic flakes that you arrange in a certain pattern, and then you melt them together, and it becomes Happy Santa. That is directly out of the mid-late 70s decoration. It's plastic. It's little bitty things of plastic melted. And when they melt, they become that. So that is not, well, and bring the comment up. That is not tissue paper. That is straight out of 1977, 78. Couldn't make that up. Happy Santa. Been waving for decades. Yeah, I know. I guess it kind of looks like maybe tissue paper, maybe a little bit, But yeah, it's actual plastic. Now, we didn't make it. We bought it that way. Double helmet sticker on that one. All right, Cowboys and Texans tonight. Anybody think the Cowboys can score more than 13? I mean, if they get over 13, right, it's like a good day at this point for this team. They opened the roof. This is so good. Yeah, we're green, white checker. So they opened the roof. Big news on Twitter this Saturday. Social media. They are opening the roof for the first time in 2 years. They open the roof and a piece of metal falls down to the ground. Literally the sky falling on the Cowboys season at this point. And even while the roof was opening, God was sitting there going, I really don't need to see this. And for those who didn't get the reference, the old joke was, why did Texas Stadium have a hole in the roof so God could watch his favorite team? Now, Jerry Jones at least knows not to appall the good Lord, and he keeps the roof closed. So then they try to close the roof, and then they were having problems with the roof. The sky is falling in Dallas. Jerry Jones. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, Taylor Sheridan makes the series called Scam Man, and Billy Bob Thornton plays Jerry Jones. Is that where we are? 2 years from now, 3 years from now? Yeah, just wait for it. Scam Man, starring Billy Bob Thornton. Taylor Sheridan presents an NFL owner. God, unbelievable. All right, we'll see you guys in the morning. If you want to do something for us, subscribe on YouTube, whether you watch or not. All YouTube, please give us thumbs up and like it. Makes my wife feel good, makes her feel good that I'm not a lawyer or something like that, but doing something that somebody cares about. Then, if you don't subscribe to our Facebook page, you can. Don't cost nothing as well. Then you can share it. You can share it out there. You can put everything we do. We're going to have it posted at theraiderland.com here in just a little bit. Had a lot of fun visiting with you guys tonight. We'll be back with you tomorrow. I got to hit this button, then I got to hit that button, and we will see you in the morning at theraiderland.com.